Hey everyone, it's been a little while since I've done a video, so I figured I'd give a little update about what's been going on out here. Week before last, on the weekend, we had real severe weather come through. Tornadoes went by the house, it missed us and stuff, and then had a lot of wind, helped dry some stuff up. Got a little bit of work done. Unfortunately, didn't get around to videoing it because it was more like spontaneous. Hey, we can get out and do some stuff. And then, of course, yesterday, which was Saturday, tornadoes went that side of me. So, anyway, like I said, just going to kind of show you what's been going on around here lately. Anyway, so let's get to this. Right there is just a little thing I threw. I had an old rotted potato and I threw it in a bucket and it started growing. You can see some of the leaves are kind of browning out. That's due from the 35-mile-an-hour winds and everything else that came through last night. Greenhouse this year, I didn't cover it. Got a little mess here in the floor from all the wind blowing around. This is tomatoes doing hydroponics. They're already blooming and everything else. When the temperature settles a little bit, they'll start producing. And of course, my hydroponics tank down there, like I said, I didn't close the greenhouse up this year, so it's open. It's my little temporary homemade bird feeder. We've got some cardinals and, of course, a lot of sparrows and stuff around here. Now, this is some stuff, some of you guys that are growing, you might want to look into. This is perlite. It's agricultural perlite. You can get it at some of the big feed stores. There's some places that have it and they sell it in like the little small bags. Or you can get the 4 cubic foot or whatever bags. That's what I usually buy. They're big bags. This is another little planting spot that we put out. As you can tell, I don't feel like weeding, and we're not growing as much this year as we did last year. Got some tomato plants on this side, some peppers, and then some cucumbers. This landscape fabric here, we got it at Sam's. It's really heavy duty. It'll keep anything from coming up through it. It was like $30 for 250 feet. Now yesterday, before the rain hit, I built this little thing around my grapevines and filled it with some sand. I had to buy 16 yards of sand to do some, when I did the repairs to the plumbing coming into the house, the water. And I need to tie up some of this grapevines and stuff so they can circle back around. And of course my peach tree, one of my peach trees, I pruned it back, but I probably still need to do some more. It's got millions of little peaches on it. I got a peach tree out there. It's a donut one. I don't know if you can see it here in the camera, but it's a donut one over there. And I'm not gonna walk over there because it's too wet. And of course, across over there, that's the cantaloupes and watermelons. And so we're gonna see about that. What I did is when I had to do the water repair, I went ahead and put me a temporary place to hook a hose up out there. Like I said, that's the corn coming in out there. It's all coming up. Several million. Corn plants out there. Anyway, that's just like I said, a little update, kind of going on there. So anyways, you can see it's a little bit windy out here. Stuff. I've been doing a lot of things. Got a lot of stuff going on. They're checking me out for possible lung cancer. I don't know if I got it or not. You know, there's indications that I may, occasionally not. A lot of it spawns back from when they did some tests on me a year ago, and then they looked at it and some areas got smaller and stuff. So I got some more tests I got to go through. You know, I do have emphysema, and they gave me some kind of inhaler thing I use once a day to try out, and that seems to help. You know, the problem is that stuff is expensive as crap, and so I'm trying to see if the manufacturer will help out on that, because I've got one medicine I take for my heart, it's $500 a month, and then this inhaler would be about that. So, you know, one of them things. You know, I sure hope they don't come up with this Medicare for all, because that would really screw me over. You know, I'm old enough to have Medicare, but I can't afford it. Yes, this is a problem that a lot of people think. They think Medicare is free. It's not. Okay, you get Part A if you've worked enough in your life, free. That's the one where if you have something that has to hospitalize you, you get in. But the other parts, Part B and Part D, Part B is to go see doctors and all those stuff that's outpatient stuff. That's not free. I don't know, it varies state for state. They want $135 a month for me, and then another $135 a month for my wife, and then you still have to pay, you have deductibles, and then you got co-pays on top of that. I just can't afford that stuff. I'm better off going through some assistance programs that we're going through, which basically doesn't cost me anything. So, you know, but if they go to this Medicare for all crap, you know, that's really going to screw me over. And also the level of care will go way down. I mean, I got the best damn health care in the world with the hospital organization and stuff that is taking care of me. I mean, these people, these doctors, everything, they are just the best. And I used to work in healthcare, so I know these people are great. So anyway, like I said, enough of that. Well, hopefully this year we'll get some tomatoes. I'm not gonna get, you know, I don't know, I maybe get 100 pounds or more, I don't know, maybe more than that. And get some cucumbers. My wife wants to make more pickles and stuff. And I just decided I wanted to grow watermelons again. And so I threw a little row of some watermelons over there. Got some crimsons, some sugar babies, and some black diamonds. And then I also got some cantaloupes. And so we'll just see how all that goes. You know, it's like this: if they make it, it makes it. If not, it's not. When I go to put the brush hog on the tractor, I'll try to film removing the backhoe again and stuff. I got to clean up a little in the barn, and I got to make room. I've been doing a lot of stuff, so stuff's kind of been piling up in there. And I gotta get stuff out of the way, get the backhoe off, put the brush hog on the tractor and stuff. So I'll try to make a video of that and stuff. But anyway, I was, you know, hoping to do a lot of clearing this winter when everything was died back. It was too wet through the winter, and it looked like we're gonna have a wet summer too. I mean, that's okay for the plants, but it's you know, if you got to get out and do a lot of work in the dirt, it can be detrimental to the progress and stuff. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to do a little update of what's kind of going on out here and stuff. You know, anyway, I kind of go off to that stuff. Oh, and you know, if you happen to be watching this, John, I've seen that little 3-point thing you showed. I've actually seen one of those on a tractor. Well, actually, it was, the thing wasn't new. That design was used somewhere around 80, 90 years ago. Wasn't exactly like what you showed, but it was similar to it. The problem that you're going to have with that thing, not using it the way they wanted you to use it, which is to take that other piece and weld it onto your attachment, so you'd have one of those 90 whatever dollar pieces per attachment. The problem you're going to have if you don't do that, if you just put some brackets on there to hook it to your 3-point using pins and stuff like that, so you can take it off one attachment and put it on another attachment. The problem you're going to have is the only strength that you've got on that A-frame that slides down, it's made out of C-channel, looks like 3-inch C-channel, is you got that little thin back plate. It's not very thick. It's got the slot cut in it that the latch latches into, and that's basically about it. That's holding the thing together, a little top welded up on the top where that little pin bolts up through it. But the bottom and all that, there's nothing there. It's just, you know, sitting on that deal. So when you weld that to your existing attachment, you get the strength of the attachment to keep those channels from rolling. If you try to hook them up with the pins, and you've got like the you know, the little swell, you got a little play there, okay, and where you put your pins through, you got a little play, and so that channel under a stress could roll and then bend and start to try to pop off that, and then destroy the whole A-frame part on the back. Probably wouldn't hurt the part on the tractor. Your little Massey might not have enough power to warp that thing and bust it, but believe me, some of the bigger ones could tear that thing to pieces in a heartbeat if it even flexed at all. So you know, it's probably good. It'd probably work okay for what you want to try to do on your smaller tractors, but I don't think it'd work worth the beans on the bigger ones unless that A-frame is actually welded to the attachment. That's my opinion. You know, built a lot of stuff in my life. Not an engineer, so I couldn't really give you the stress loads on it, but I've built a lot of stuff in my life, and I've seen stuff do things you wouldn't think they would do as far as being able to tear themselves apart. So anyway, just keep that in mind when you're trying to do the attachment. The tighter you can make it, you know, on there, that'll keep those C channels especially towards the bottom, from flexing out, and they will flex. And all it takes is enough flex at the right angle, and it's gonna pull off there. Anyway, that's about it, dude. And people, thanks to everybody else for watching. Please subscribe. I really appreciate the subscribers I got. We'll try to get some more videos out here, get some more drone videos and stuff coming up, kind of incorporating those in. I really like the Spark and the Litchi software that I'm using with it, because it allows me to program a flight path and tell it what to focus the camera on, and I can just tell it to lift off and hover up there for however long, and then just take off and start flying the course and photographing, and then that lets me kind of get out in front of it or under it, and it can photograph what's going on. So really like that. Down the road I may get a Mavic Air Pro, maybe next year, we'll see. That was another thing too. A lot of financial stuff hit us this year, you know, unexpected stuff. You know how that goes, right? Anyway, washing machine went out. A clutch went out in it, and I'd repaired it. That was like the second time since we've had it I've repaired it. And then it lasted maybe about a month, and it went out again. I told my wife, I said, there's something else going on in there wearing these clutches out, so I'm not going to do it again. So we had to go buy a new washer and dryer, and that was like, you know, $1,400 and stuff. So we just got that done, and in there, got that bought in there, and then our refrigerator went out a month later, almost a month later to the day. Refrigerator went out, and so I ended up buying one that's it can be either a refrigerator or a freezer. It's not a combo, so you don't have a refrigerator and a freezer in there, because we have a big freezer. So it's just a refrigerator, 21 cubic feet. It's monstrous, you know. But anyway, that was $1,100 and stuff. I bought it from a place online because it was cheaper to buy it on that and have it, and it was shipped all the way from Brooklyn, New York to me, than it was to buy it here local and get a military discount, which I could have got local. And I was still had to wait, you know, the time it took it to get here. So anyway, life moves on, dudes. So we're gonna see if this old fart can live more years here. I feel like I can, you know. So I gotta go see the doctors and stuff like that, and do some couple more tests, and go to consultation at the end of this month, and we'll see what they say. You know, they tell me there's nothing. I do have cancer, and there's nothing they can do for me, and I'm heading down the road, and only got so long to live. I'm going to go back to smoking because I enjoyed it, and at that point, there's no reason not to. But if there's some chance of stuff like that, I'll refrain from smoking. You know, you guys that are smoking out there, it's the smoking that took my heart down. So anyway, I mean, that's not what scared me to stop smoking. It was just I was able to stop smoking being pinned up in the hospital. So I wasn't afraid. So, and a lot of people go, ooh, I'm scared, I'm going to stop that. No, I was never that way. It was just that I was able to do it because I was locked up in the hospital for over 2 weeks with that surgery a year ago. Anyway, enough about me and my little health problems. But anyway, gorgeous day here in Texas, even though yesterday wasn't so nice. Be taking some more videos and stuff later on. Get them out there. Later, people. Thanks. Bye.